Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to be discussing the case of 16-year-old Trinity Backus. If you're unfamiliar with this case, go back, check my last video, then come to this one. So Trinity's mother made this Facebook post. It's funny that I lost my best friend, and this is the first post that I am posting on here. Sitting here empty, not quite feeling reality yet, haven't ate or touched my phone in days, but hearing the imbeciles running my daughter's love of her life out of town. Francis is not a drug dealer and didn't give my daughter the acid. Paisley's sister did. So all you dumb that want to run your mouth of shit you have no clue of, stop. Francis doesn't deserve this. He showed my daughter true love and made her shine brighter than she already did. For all of you assholes that want to talk, my daughter was amazing, didn't drink or smoke, and was so bright with the biggest heart. I could never have asked for a better daughter, and I wish I was holding her now. Brandon Scott was not her father, was never around, and is a child molester. My child, to this day, hated his guts. She looked up to me and would never want to hurt a soul ever. She had big dreams and they weren't supposed to end. She was a lifesaver for me and I have lost her. Not anyone out there talking. My daughter messed up once and didn't live to learn her lesson. If she got another chance, she would have never touched anything like that again. Please share this everywhere and help a 17-year-old boy who loved my daughter and we're the best together. The sweetest boy I have met. He didn't do anything but give love and be true to Trinity. Now, this next post I'm going to share is from Ashley, and I believe Ashley is the quote aunt. First of all, I wanted to start by saying thank you to all the kind souls out there for your love and respect and kind words during the most tragic time of our lives. We did everything in our power that any parent or family member would do in our situation to find our sweet girl. Unfortunately, it was too late, and that is something that we have to live with. That is something that is never going to go away, and that is something that is going to leave a hole in our hearts for the rest of our lives. I hope this answers some of your questions. Wednesday the 9th, I got home from Sarah's house where I was hanging out making Christmas signs. I left her house around 3:45 to 4 o'clock where I headed home to meet Logan, who was coming to bring me dinner. When I pulled into the driveway, I seen Trinity's car. At that point, I had remembered that she texted me about a week previously asking if she could have a sleepover with her girlfriend. When I got into the house, the girls had thrown their stuff on the floor of the living room and they were sitting out back. I had come outside and told them they need to come inside and pick up their stuff, that my living room was not their bedroom. At that point, they both came in, folded their clothes and whatnot, and acted on the couch. Trinity asked me if her and Hannah could make some popcorn. I said yes. I got it out of the cupboard for them. She put it in the microwave and cooked it. After that, her and Hannah came back outside and were hanging out on my porch. I went in my room, drew a bath, sat on my bed, ate some food with Logan. I got into the bath. Trinity had texted me while in the bath, asking me if I had any paintbrushes because her and Hannah wanted to do watercolor. I called her and told her that I had some in the shed. I told her where they were and hung up the phone. I was in the bath probably about another 30 to 45 minutes. During all of that time, Logan was with me in the bathroom. I got out of the bath, got dressed. Logan and I went and sat on the back porch. Trinity and Hannah were sitting on the other side of my porch. I told them both to come over and sit in front of my window so they did not disturb my roommate. The girls got up and came and sat down with me. They were curled up. Trinity was wearing my robe. She had a blanket over her, and Hannah was sitting next to her, wearing my big fluffy black jacket. Trinity wanted the watercoloring pictures they had done, so she asked me to hand her the book. At that point, we spent a little while going through her pictures, and she was explaining to me what each of them meant. Her and Hannah were curled up, hanging out, been pretty mellow for the most part. Trinity asked me if she could braid my hair, so we went into my room and we all sat on my bed. All of us being Logan, me, Trin, and Hannah. Trinity parted my hair and started doing French braids, only she thought it would be funny to tie my hair into a knot to hold in the braid. I told her to stop putting knots in my hair and get it out. She thought it was funny and started giggling and said that she couldn't, the knot was too bad. At that point, I told her to get out of my room, go to bed. She was done braiding my hair if she was going to put knots in it. I got up, went into the bathroom and brushed my hair. And her and Hannah went out the living room, turned on the TV and got comfy on the couch. I texted her telling her I'm sorry for getting frustrated and I loved her. Then I had texted her when I laid down asking her to please turn the TV down. She texted me back asking if it was still too loud. I told her to turn it down a little bit more. At that point, I fell asleep, probably around 9:45. Logan was in bed and watching the TV, starting to doze off. Hannah says at around 10:15 or so, they went outside on the porch to smoke weed. One of the girls had brought a bong over, and that is what they were smoking out of. Hannah says that when the lighter went off, Trinity got really scared and started to freak out. At 10:30, she opened my back door, yelling that the house was going to blow up. At that point, I jumped out of bed, ran into the living room because I thought the house was on fire because I have an open fireplace. The house was fine. I was in a daze and very confused. I walked back into my bedroom where my back door was open. Logan was on the porch and I could see Trinity. I told her she needs to get her butt inside and go to bed. She was yelling, speaking nonsense that I didn't understand, and she told Logan she could see radiation to come outside. She would show him. Logan at that point went into the house, put his shoes and a sweater on, and went back outside. That was within seconds. He came back in the house minutes later and said to me that he could not find her. I got out of bed, got dressed, and we started searching the property, at which point we still could not find her, so I called her mom probably about 30 minutes within all this happening. Her mom was up to my house within 15 to 20 minutes max. Mind you, she lives down Highway 49. As soon as she got there, she got out of her car, started screaming Trinity's name, and searching. At that point, I called 911. The cops were up here within 30 minutes. After they showed up, search and rescue was up here within an hour. Remember, within that hour, we did not stop looking. We were searching. Everybody that was here was looking for her. We were walking through people's yards, screaming her name, searching my property, my outbuildings, my chicken coops. We drove around the block. We drove up and down Brittany Springs. We drove the dirt road that goes past my house down toward Geyser. We did not stop looking for our sweet girl. For those of you who are making speculations, I understand everybody has a lot of questions and people want to know why we didn't put out to the public that the kids had done drugs. We were advised by authority that telling the public that she and her friend had snuck and done acid was not going to help the situation. You have to understand, people have judgment and we were not looking for that. All we wanted to do was find her safe and bring her home. Telling people that she was on drugs could have put her in further danger if she was wandering the streets and picked up by somebody who wanted to do further harm or influence her in a bad way. People want to make speculation about her bio father's podcast. Well, why don't you ask her yourself why her bio father isn't in her life? I'm not here to fight and I'm not here to argue, but please don't be a follower. Do your homework, do your own research. The truth will come out. We have no problem sharing with the community what truly happened as soon as we get back the toxicology and autopsy. I really need everybody to understand that her boyfriend Francis did not give her drugs. He does not sell drugs. He is an amazing kid. He was Trinity's love. They were best friends. He was her person and she was his. He is going through more pain than any of you will ever have to know in a lifetime. So please try to have respect and the kindness in your heart that he deserves. Andrea wants her daughter to be remembered for who she was, and she was the most amazing human. She loved her family so much. Her mom was one of her very best friends. What teenager has pictures of their mom in their room on their desk? Trinity was an artist. She started drawing and painting at a very young age. I think it gave her a sense of peace and a way of expressing herself. Trinity also loved to do hair. She was the most incredible braider I had ever met. She taught herself how to do that on her dolls and watching videos. She didn't always love being a big sister, but she was always there no matter what when her sister needed her. And she loved her fiercely. She enjoyed going to the river and hiking. She wasn't the kind of girl who wanted to be friends with everybody, but when her soul resonated with yours, she held you close, cared for you like nobody ever would, and was a true friend. Trinity loved music, dancing, and making fun TikToks, even though some of them were sometimes a little odd. What more can you expect from a teenager who's going through the hormonal stage? Trinity enjoyed babysitting on her free time to save up for special trips. Francis and her were planning to go to Hawaii together, and so she was saving every dollar to walk hand in hand with her first love on the beach. Please remember Trinity for who she really was and not the stupid, childish mistake she chose to make. Kids are kids, and they're not advanced enough to know the outcome of their actions. Unfortunately, her mistake cost her her life and left us all with a hole that will never be filled and a love that we will never know again. Thank you so much for watching. Please do me a favor and hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell icon to get notifications for when I post.